Good morning. Today is Monday, March 14th. Yes, here you go. And I am in block 1, going over spiral review number 22.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to put my name on the top. Okay, and if I'm going to put that it is due this Friday. Isn't it the 18th, I think, Friday, which is March 18th, which is somebody's birthday. Okay. Okay, I know, I'm just, okay. I'm just waiting. I'm also going to be emailing this video home, so I hope that we can quickly get back to it. Okay. The first part, it tells you to use journal pages 67 and 68. Let's highlight that. And I recommend that you actually take your journal home with you because sometimes your moms and dads forget they haven't done these math skills for a long time. And so they want to look back at the journal. And if you don't have your journal page at home, they have no way of looking back at that. Okay, I'm recording and I need us all to just stay focused so we can get through this in a timely manner. Okay, generate one equivalent fraction for each. Show the fraction for one that you are using to find the equivalent fraction. Now, I want to talk about this. It says show the fraction for 1. It does not mean to use 1 over 1. It means to use a fraction that is equal to 1. What do we know? What do we need for fractions that are equal to 1? It's called a whole fraction, if we remember back to our video. What is a fraction equal to 1? Give me an example. Brian. Right, the numerator and denominator have to be the same number. 9 over 9. Eli. 2 over 2. 3 over 3. 10 over 10. You can use any whole fraction you want to, except you cannot use 1 over 1 because that does not change 5/8. That just leaves it as 5/8 and that's not helpful, okay? So we can use any other one we want, and I like to recommend that we use one that's easy to multiply by. 2, 3, 5, 10. Something easy to multiply by, not like 742 over 742. Okay. Now we have to, on this one, divide by a fraction of 1. So that means we need to find a common factor. Okay, do we remember factors? Let's list our factors for 16. Who can tell me what are my factors for 16? Ella. 1 times 16. What else is a factor pair for 16? 4 times 4, and there's one more. Morgan? Good. 2 times 8. Those are my factor pairs for 16. What are my factor pairs for 18? Every hand should be up. Factor pairs for 18. Caden?
1 times 18.
1 times 18. Give me another one. 2 times 9. And there's another one. What is it?
6.
Very good. 3 times 6. So we want to go through and we want to find what we call the greatest common factor. So the one that's the biggest that they have the same. Okay? And then that's what you're going to divide by. We divide our numerator and denominator. Everyone say it. By the same number. But it does not benefit us to divide by 1 over 1. Okay, that doesn't change our fraction. Okay, write 2 equivalent fractions for 4/5. 4 and 5 do not have any common factors outside of 1, so you're going to multiply there. Okay, and then solve for y when x is equal to 5. Look at your journal page. I want to remind you that 3x does not mean that you just put that 5 in there and that becomes 35. That is not 35. Hear me say it. That's not 35. When we have a number right next to a variable, what does that mean we do in algebra? Multiply. So we will multiply times the value of x. You're gonna have to stop or there's no room. I'm recording a video. Okay. You list all the factors for 18. Okay, the factors for 18. Okay, and then list the, we've already done that actually. And then list the first 4 multiples for 6. When it says the first 4 multiples for 6, what is the very first multiple for 6? Raider? No, that's a factor. Multiplication monster. What is it, Alex? 6 is the very first one. And so then you need to continue to do 6 times 2, 6 times 3, 6 times 4. They have to be the first 4. Okay, area and perimeter. Okay, you'll have to decompose this shape into 2 rectangles. There are 2 missing sides. Just as a quick review, when we want to find the length of this, is that vertical or horizontal?
Vertical.
Vertical. I need to look at all my vertical sides. Okay, and my 2 short vertical sides need to add up to my long vertical side. Okay, and then when I'm ready to find this missing side, everyone say it. Is it vertical or horizontal? Okay, then you need to look at all 3 horizontal sides, and these 2 short horizontal sides need to add up to the long horizontal side. Okay, and when you add the perimeter, how many sides are there on a shape like this?
6.
Make sure you have 6 numbers that you're adding. Okay, draw right angle CDF. We're going to actually do this in our journal this week, so you'll have an example, but that's, you're always going to use a ruler. You're going to have arrows and points labeled with letters. That never changes. Anytime in geometry you're asked to draw a symbol, a shape, a line, you need to be using a ruler and you need to have points and letters. Okay, name the fraction represented on the number line. Count the spaces between 0 and 1 to find the denominator. Count the hash marks to find the numerator. Okay? Then here we go. One pine tree named Coney produced 78 pine cones with 42 seeds in each pine cone. Another tree named Spiky produced 72 pine cones with 53 seeds in each pine cone. Which tree produced more seeds? How many more seeds? Okay, so step 1, you have to find the how many seeds are produced by Coney. Step 2 is finding how many seeds are produced by Spiky. Step 3 is comparing which is more. Okay, show your work. I will let you do it on the back of the paper because there's nothing on the back. And then, so you need to have a space here on the back. Show your work. And then down here, halfway down, you're going to write your race. There should be, in our race, you will have 2 equations and a comparison.
Is it like a football race?
It's just going to restate and answer the question, which is, which tree produced more seeds? So it's either going to be Coney produced how many more seeds? Like whatever, 84 more seeds than Spiky. Okay, first I. We already know what to do first. Multiply 78 times 42 equals. Write the whole equation. Okay, because, why did we do that? To see how many seeds Coney produced. Then I multiplied these 2 numbers because I need to know how many seeds Spiky produced. Okay, now I'll take a couple of freebies. If you choose the story problem, I will do the first one with you, or I will give you a fill in the blank for a couple of the sentences on the race. If you miss one that we go over together in class, it is -2. So follow along and do it with me. Okay, Trevor, what one would you like? This one? Okay, so what fraction that's equal to 1, Trevor, would you like to multiply by? Okay, so 5/8 times 8/8. 5 times 8 is?
40.
8 times 8 is? Okay, so 5/8 is equivalent to 40/64. Okay? Who wants another freebie? Ryan. The algebra equation. So 3x means 3 times x. So 3 times 5. Okay, and this is another way. That dot is another way that you can show multiply. On our Wordle, when they use that asterisk, they're really filling in for a dot. You would never use an actual asterisk, but there's just no dot on the keyboard. So you use that. A dot means multiply. 3 times 5 is what?
50.
So y is equal to 15. Okay, one more freebie I can help you out with. One more freebie. Trista. The story problem. Do you want me to give you the first 2 sentences for the race, or do you want me to solve the first part? Okay, if your name's not Trista, you should not be yelling out. Trista. Okay. I will give you a hint on the first part. I would probably come back here and write Coney and Spiky, and then multiply there so you keep them straight. Okay, but on the race, you're going to start with blank, and it's either going to be Coney or Spiky. Produced, let's look at the question. Which produced more seeds and how many more? Produced blank more seeds than blank. That's going to be your first sentence. That's your restate and your answer. What? You shouldn't need them for the whole problem. I'll start you though. First, what are we going to do first? How am I going to find out how many seeds Coney produced?
Multiply.
Multiply what?
78 times 46.
First, I multiplied 78 times 42 equals blank because why? Why did we multiply that? Why did we multiply that? Guys, you all know why. We already said it. Stella.
We need to know how many seeds Coney produced.
Okay, now your next step, you already know what it is. Now you have to figure out how many seeds Spiky produces. Okay? And then I'll do this for you. Come up here underneath Coney and do 78 times 42. Okay? That's all the hints I'm giving you. That's a lot. Okay, your last sentence here needs to be compare. You're going to compare the 2 numbers you get here. Okay,